What's going on, YouTubers, gamers and fellow hobbyists out there, and people everywhere of the internet? Welcome to On the Bench with Pete, the series that you put on in the background as you hobby or paint along with me as I randomly chat about various things, things going on in my life, hobby stuff, whatever comes to mind really. It's just a way of hobbying along, getting some stuff done, getting work done, getting paint on those unpainted miniatures, because I've got, without swearing, I've got quite a lot to do and get done. Unfortunately, with my lifestyle, these days are the only days I get to do any work on them. But I've got a lot of stuff I want to get done, or at least something done on, and it would be nice to clear this backlog a little bit. I'm looking forward to at least getting part of that done. So get some paints, models, brushes, whatever else you need. Cup of tea or coffee. I've just finished one actually because I was doing another video, but get a drink, something. It'll be about an hour long, and we'll get started. So without further ado, let's get to the bench. Okay, so these are my interesting miniatures, my Woodbine miniatures actually, which I'm very close to finishing now. Just a couple of highlights. Well, actually, I've got to put a bit of a colour on here, and I'm thinking Death World Forest because it's there for her hat. Would she have a green hat? I'm not entirely sure, but she's going to today. Okay. Actually, don't need much of this at all. In fact, as it's metal, I'm not even going to thin it down at all. I'm just going to straight from the pot, and on we go. Because I want it all going on relatively thick. You see? Yeah, that's good. Okay, so I've got a fair bit to talk about. As you would have known from like over a week ago, I had a bit of an accident in work, hence the plaster still on my head, covering up where my head was super glued. I say super glue, it's not super glue in the same sense as what we hobby with. Of course, it's like a medical grade super glue, and that term is kind of misleading because I've heard of instances where people have used ordinary super glue to glue up wounds, which isn't the best idea. It was invented for this kind of thing, but the glue we use to fix things now is very different to what it was and originally intended for. So there we go. My understanding was that it was invented for the Vietnam War as a means for field medics to quickly seal up wounds on the battlefield. This is where it comes from. There we go. Nice green hat she has, which is good. And yeah. Just put the lid on that. So I was in work. I'm sorry, I'm going to be reaching over for things. I was in work, stocking the pet food aisle, which is one of my favourite aisles to do because it's out of the way, away from people, ironically. And my balance went. I was putting a pack of tins to go down to the shelf. My balance went, and I fell forward and I hit my head on the bottom corner of the bottom shelf. Well, the one above the bottom shelf, not the very, very bottom one, the one above that. And it was quite a thud. I felt the whack really reverberated. It echoed around the aisle. It was like, whoa, that was some smack. I remember being on my knees, pressing my hand to my head. I remember taking my glove off, because I wear gloves, and checking to see if I was bleeding, and sure enough it was, and it was gushing. Head seems to bleed a lot sometimes, I don't know why that is. Skin is very thin around there, and yeah, it's just bleeding lots, so that was the thing. I thought, I need a first aider now, it would seem. And that's how that came to be. So yeah, I'm just going to pop my phone to one side there. It's possible I might get a phone call, in case I need to see it and take care of that. If that happens, I'll just stop the video and come back to it. Might keep it rolling, the camera rolling, just edit that bit out. Anyways, alright, so I've done her hat. I'll wait for that to dry for a bit. What pink have I got here? Emperor's Children. Do some pink highlights on her ribbon thing in the back of her hair. It's like the housemaid or whatever. These are miniatures for my Call of Cthulhu games. At the moment, I'm not using any miniatures. Well, a couple. It's really not the best idea. I mean, I have miniatures for it. It's just they're not all finished, and I would like them to be finished before I use them, you know. Alright, so that's that. Wow, I shut the lid and the paint just splattered over my hand. You ever get that? Just went as it snapped shut. I'm much more a fan of the Vallejo screw caps personally, but and the squeezy bottles. But there you go. Can't have it always, I guess. Right, let's pop that over there. So I want to get varnish on these. When I'm finished, I've got this one here I started last time. You may recall the figure on the spit. Not really an awful lot more to do to that one as far as I'm concerned for what I need. Might just do the hair and the bonds, and we'll be good to go there too. So that will be good. And then of course I've got my tables here. Now I'm looking at the tables because they're all in different states of array, but the items on them, thinking, do I need... I think I might use, do you know, I think I might use Caliban green. Some nice dark green, yes. So what's this one? Or Stegodon scale green. That's kind of like a bluey green, but no, I think we'll be alright with Caliban green. Gosh. So use my little palette. I've got another palette which I'm going to be using, but not just yet. a bit of water. That's one good thing being out here. Since I've been in my studio, just a bit more than that, I would say. I've never had to draw any water from the tap for my hobby, which is good. It's all been reclaimed from the atmosphere, which I like. It means I'm saving money on water there. So this is going to be like a green flask or what have you on here. What he's got on the table there. Yeah, that's quite good. We have a similar bottle on this table. I don't know whether they're meant to be the same table, just like a few minutes before or after, or what the deal is. Do we have a bottle like that on here? Yes, we do actually. As it happens, we have one just here. I don't know what this will come out like, but it'll be good. Better than what. I mean, they're already looking good enough to use, probably. Now, as far as I'm concerned, anyway, for role-playing purposes. There's the one on here. Not really. Nah. That's cool. Oh, I could use it for that, I suppose. Yeah. So anyway, that was an interesting evening on Monday. Spent a good couple of hours up at the hospital, bleeding out. Yeah. Got patched up, went home. I had the following evening off, so I had yesterday evening off, which was nice. That said, I was kind of recovering. quite a bit. It's a bit shaky. And yesterday, the daughter was home with me, so I'm not allowed to be on my own for 48 hours. That was at the time. So my daughter's home now. Just got to pick up the phone if I need anything. But it'll be fine. I feel quite okay. Just sore, tender head, which was quite embarrassing, really. There you go. One of those things. Look at all this clutter I've got on here. I want to do so. It's like I want to do everything at once and can't do any of it. Anyway, I'm thinking staggered and scale green next. I did see that one. I'm sure I did. Yes. And now I'm going to start using this one. A good shake. I think I'm done with the Caliban green now. So that can go back. Put that in there. Probably way too much. Bit of retarder. Should be enough to thin it down. A little bit of water too. And you got tons of it. Right. Now these are going to be for the other bottles, containers, or what have you, that are on the dotted about. So I'm going to start with this one actually. Yeah. Maybe there was a fight, I don't know. Fight broke out. Barroom brawl, who knows? Yeah. I've got my heater on. It's been cold. I think I suffered with a bit of shock after I hit my head. The reason I say that is because one, my hands were shaking, and two, I got incredibly cold, which, I mean, sometimes my back gets cold, but I was freezing all over, shivering, and apparently it was hot in the hospital, but I was so cold. That's that one. Now on here. It's nice and bright out, but very cold. Noticed it's very cold. They, you know, could be in for some snow, who knows, I don't know. Which is not good because I don't know how that's going to affect things at work. Basically, I'm not keen on anything which affects things where I work. That means other things have to happen. I know we've got to grit the car parks and that, but it's a pain. It means deliveries could be late. All sorts of uncool stuff. Right. Oh, that's his hat on the floor there. And that's going to be a grey type affair. I'm not sure yet. Still. Done that, that's quite good. Excuse me yawning. Such is the nature of my condition. I yawn a lot. Well, this could be one of those strange hours where I don't get an awful lot done. Well, I feel like I'm doing bits and pieces, but I'm actually not. I wished I hadn't drunk my tea so quickly. Now I could do with a cup. I'm not going to stop this to go and make one though. I'll have one ready for the next episode, I think. The cushions or the pads on the seats. Yes, that's something. I think we'll have tusk or fur for those. Yeah. Tusk or let's move these guys out of the way a bit. Retarder. Bit of water. Okay. Right, the seats. I'll put a shade wash on top of these after. Yeah, that'll do good. These are going to look absolutely brilliant once they're done. I may even take them back to the house to keep them on the shelf. Yeah, I quite like these. I played a game of chess against a computer yesterday, was it? Just to see if I could still win and ascertain if I got brain damage, I suppose. Yeah, I did manage to beat the computers in the end, so I don't think there's any permanent damage done. So I think we're all right, good to go. My wife's new job is going okay, which is good. Just looking forward to her few days off there. That's strange. I thought I saw something at the corner of my eye then at the door. Different seats. Interesting. Okay. So that's that kind of done. Really need to start getting some colour on these chaps. There's 3 altogether. There's those 2 sat at that desk, and this one laying on the floor here. Now I don't know if he is supposed to represent him. I don't think so. So sort of I think greys. Difficult to say. If we got here, field grey. Yeah, maybe field grey. What does that look like? It's kind of a green grey. It looks very thin, so no need to water that down. I think that'll do for Monsieur's trousers here. Once these people have got colour on, these little, for want of another word, mini dioramas will really come to life. With that said, I think they'd be in a bit drab clothes, most likely, being in this setting. So that's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. It's been a strange hobby-wise. I've been looking at the Reaper miniatures more and more. That said, I don't want to veer away from Games Workshop. It's just that's the direction my interest is taking at the moment. And I can afford more of them, which is quite cool. Yeah, I like that. Might use them for his trousers anyway. It could be quite a common colour for trousers. But yeah, the Reaper miniatures, some of them are really awesome. I've just ordered myself an owlbear from Reaper Legends. This is a fantastic model. I'm really looking forward to painting that one up. So this is a bit of an awkward place to get to here. Hence the silence. So I'm really going to have to be more careful at work, I've decided. More so than usual, I think. Because I just can't afford accidents like that, to happen. Right, now moving over to here. Sometimes I need to stare at the models to see where I'm going and what I want to do next. I'm looking forward to carrying on with my barbarian tutorial as well. And there he is. I'm going to have to separate him from that base soon. Maybe even next. So I want to put him on resin base I got here. and yeah, but that's all by the by at the moment. Just realised that field grey is very much like Deathworld Forest, and that's a green. So bizarre. Mechanicus standard grey, nice. I think that's what we're going to be having. Sort of a wizardy type gentleman, shall I say? It's a nice dark grey anyway, isn't it? Put some retarder in that. Some water. Right. Now, I might use the character brush. So, to one side. Start with his robes under here. Yeah, I think it'll be alright. Gotta get this right here without going over any of the detail I've already painted, because I really don't want to have to go over the brown again. So I'm going to be quite careful. Heating up nicely out here now, which is good. Yeah. Plans. I've got some plans for the future. I say they're only plans, so nothing set in stone, as it were. But I'm planning on getting Mansions of Madness, and painting that up. And if I could get a first edition set of it as well and paint that up, because I like the miniatures in it, particularly the Maniac, which you don't get in the second edition. Which I would like. The only thing is, with the first edition, is you've got to have a GM versus the other players. Whereas in the second edition, there's like a free app you download, which does that role. And from what I've seen on people's videos, it does that role rather well. So that's his beard there. I have to do a bit lighter grey. These robes, Mechanicus standard grey, which would normally be the first grey I put on in a stonewash effect. Stonewash in a stone effect. Daughter's filming on for her channel as well at the moment, so all quiet on the Western Front. Yeah, that's good. Right, just his hat. Which he's got on the floor next to him. That's quite cool, actually. Quite like that. Looks good. I wish we had all this when I was a kid into D&D, and I had all this and all the paints and everything and space to hobby, and that would have been great. Make it a father. Feel grey, can he, for his other robes. That said, it's very green. Thinking of doing a new camera setup for the tutorials after I've finished the barbarian. Go back sort of like to the same camera I had before. It's coming down more in front. I do apologise, by the way, viewers, for my lack of continuous monologue. I'm very weary of late. As some of you know, I've got MS. I find it very wearying. But, you know, I am here well enough to paint, it seems. Well, at least I think so. Let's pop that to one side. Yes, I believe I'm well enough to paint. See, I think I'm painting all right. I might not be. That's the thing. Who's to say? So it would seem the wizard type person has left. But he's left his robe behind. I don't know why he's done that. Maybe he's just gone to the bathroom or something. The outhouse. That's probably it, isn't it? Oh, we go to 39 minutes in. Oh. Yeah, I know that these recent episodes haven't been the best of late, but I have been struggling with things like. But at least I'm focusing on the painting, which is good. Gets stuff done. So I've finally got something on the guys there. Don't know whether to. Yeah, I might give him a blue top actually. A blue top. Maybe McCraig blue. Maybe. What have we got here? French blue. French blue. That's an airbrush paint. That's quite nice and blue. Nice and blue. What else have we got here? Signal blue. Yeah, maybe that would be a better one. Signal blue. There won't be any need for palettes. Well, that one can come straight from the pot. P3 paint's nice and thin. So that's what I'm going to do. Whether these are the same gentlemen or not, I'm going to give them the same colour scheme for their clothes. Right, Signal blue. Still using my character brush. It's beautiful blue, this. As good as McCraig blue. It's a really lovely deep colour. Of course I used it on my Signal, hence the name. Haven't done anything War Machine related for an age, it seems. Jacket anyways. I think his shirt may have to be a different colour. It's a shame. So yeah, I've been looking forward to this day for a while. My colleagues are off at work, you see. We usually have a right laugh, but so it's been a bit of a drag without them because the time goes slower, and they're not back till Tuesday, so kind of marking the halfway point, but yeah. This one. Or should I make him wear a red? I think I might make him wear a red, you know, that's the chap. So I might change my mind about them being the same. So pop the blue back. Do I go for a brown red? Black red? smoking. That's quite a dark brown, I think. Red. Here, oh yeah, burnt red. I think we'll go with burnt red. Burnt red it is. Burnt red for the win. And this chap is going to have it on his tunic. There we are. Way too much. Put some retarder in there, 2 drops. And then a bit of water. Alright. Now that is a brown red, or a red brown, whichever way you want to look at it. So this gentleman is going to have the burnt red jacket, because I've decided it's what I want him to have. Just doing a save. One of the good things about these D&D figures and models, there's no set colour scheme for them. Not that there is anyway, even for GW models. But with GW, I sort of like to follow a rough colour guide. You know, for instance, Crimson Fists, yeah, roughly they're yellow. I don't care what yellow, but you know, yellow. That kind of thing. Christmas really flew by for me. I suspect it'll be here again before we know it. Yeah, I think it was a good call having his jacket red or brown, whatever way you want to look at it. More red than brown to me. But like I say, you could argue. Yeah. He's going to have a burnt red shirt. Go. Doesn't need to be super detailed, just enough. Just enough. Yeah. time we let these dry a bit. Apply some washes to them. Actually, I might be able to apply the washes to the seat covers now. I'm going to do that now. Well, I'm doing it now, so. 50 minutes in. We were nearly at the end of this one. Sorry it's not been very exciting, this one, but yeah, I've struggled to see what time it is. I was coming up for 3:30. Not much longer for my wife. We'll be finishing work, and that'll be good. Kind of standard greys going away. Steggen and scale green is going away. Shade washes, that was it. That's what I was looking for. Null oil. Null oil is what we want. So we're putting, or we will be putting, null oil on these. They look quite good there. Right. Yeah, that was it. Those seats. Right, well, I had done for that. Now, let's go fur, go back. No. Skag brown. Can't know what he was out for. We'll leave that. Anything else for this young lady? No, she can be varnished. This young man. Okay, we'll pop the burnt red back. Let's have a look at the browns. No, wrong. Right, tanned leather, I think, can be used to highlight his jacket, so put that in. Getting another bit of kitchen towel, excuse me. Yeah, so my quest in work, I suppose, is to get on the day shift, really. Enter an arena of work. That's a bit easier. And of course I only observe from my perspective, but having worked a day shift on 2 occasions, it is a lot easier. A lot easier. You don't get targeted for a start. When I say targeted, you're targeted on, you know, how much work you do against how much delivery comes in. You know, you're expected to do like a roller or a cage within a certain time limit, and nothing seems to be allowed to deviate from that course, otherwise you don't get that sort of targeting on days, because you're doing what they call top stock and back stock, which is like the overflow. Back to training karate tomorrow, though I've got to be careful with a head injury, so I won't be doing any sort of combat, combat or contact, really. Do like slow demonstration, but not nothing where I could get hit in the head, or sudden violent moves. So I'll mostly just be barking orders tomorrow. Barking mad, more like. Anyway, I digress again, like I always do, go off on a tangent. Day shift. Really want it. Right. Hold on. My daughter is calling. Might have to edit this out. Hello?
Hey, you still out in me Warzone?
Yep.
Oh, just ringing to check out how you are, because I obviously haven't seen you for a while.
No, I'm fine. I'm all good.
Yeah, you alright then,
yeah? Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. I probably phoned you up as well, because I think I heard something crash next door, and I was trying to make sure I wasn't from mini Warzone.
No.
Oh, okay. This is just me checking in so Mum doesn't murder me.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, just making sure you're alright.
Yeah, I'm fine. Alright.
You do you then.
Yes. Alright,
I'll probably see you when Mum gets in.
Yes, I'm sure you will.
Oh, okay.
All
Carry on then.
Alright.
Bye.
Bye. Yeah, that was my daughter. Like, glasses on. Yes, that was my daughter calling. I edited it out because I don't want that on. She's just phoning up to check on me, see if I'm alright, because she hadn't heard from me for a while. Which is kind of what she feels obligated to do. Got given like a fact sheet for head injuries from the hospital, things to watch out for, and that kind of good stuff. So yeah, I think he's okay to go. She could probably do with some highlighting, I was going to say. Don't know what we're going to have for tea tonight. Thinking of roast. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking of. So if I put it on at about 4. No, if I put it on at 4, she can come home. By the time she comes home, it'll be done. So that's good. So if I put it on at 4, that'll be good. Yeah. So I want to take my time with these because, I mean, these could be figures used for player characters. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know if my wife would be up for a Call of Cthulhu. She's just she tried D&D once, never really enjoyed it. I don't know if that was the setting or what. Who knows? I think she'd like to play the board game Mansions of Madness because it's a co-op game. She likes co-op games, and I like co-op games, and yeah, they are good because we're on the same team, you know. It's not like I win, you win, causes arguments. It's not like a game of Scrabble or Monopoly where, you know, everyone's against everyone else. Right, I think that's going to be okay for the coat. I will put a wash on the hat. Just a tiny little dab. We'll go. I'll put that brown back a minute. I think we'll go Agrax with the hat. Yeah, but I'm not sure if my wife would prefer Call of Cthulhu or not. But I know the setting she would like. I don't know if she'd like the game. Actually, to be honest, she's not really huge on role-playing games, I don't think. I think that's why she prefers board games. Sorry, that's just me cluttering away there. She prefers board games because they're more, I don't know, like more purposeful, I suppose. I'm gonna I'll touch up her hair and then I'll sort the rest of it out. Right, these bonds on here. Could do really with an off-white. Very off-white. Beige. Here. Angor flesh. Nope, don't want that. Deepkin flesh. That might do for the bonds. Deepkin flesh with a wash. Yes, I think so. Yeah. Put a palette down. Deepkin flesh. Just a bit of water. Right. Okay. Here we go. Now I shall take that off. And so we're over the hour now, but that doesn't matter. Hope you don't mind. We'll just do a little longer while I do these bonds. I'm looking at the time, but I forgot my daughter had phoned me, so time I've edited out, it might not be so bad. Yeah. once the wash goes on these bonds, they'll be alright. I'm going to do a hair as well. A hair. Touch that up. Though to be fair, I quite like it, but I will blacken it up. So, as I always say in my videos, don't forget to let me know what you're working on. I'll be honest, I'll confess here, I sometimes watch these videos from other people that do paint and chat things when I'm in bed sometimes. Other times I could be doing something else. Like the other day I was tidying up my studio, watching one, or listening to one rather, but I'm not always painting, as I know my audience isn't always either. But whether you're painting right now or not, I still like to know what it is you're working on, like at this present time, so to speak. Yeah. There, that's a bit better. Right, just wash my brush out, and then we'll call it a day. Alright, so glass is off. Okay, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you once again for joining me on this episode of On the Bench. It's been an absolute blast. Although I haven't got an awful lot of talking done. I know that. Sorry, I'm still not quite myself. Blame it on the head wound, if you like. And my tiredness, just so tired. So blame it on that. And yeah, but these tables, I'm really glad he's come, because when I first got them, I looked at them and thought, oh, I don't know if I want to be bothered to paint these up. And now they're coming together really quite nicely. I'm quite enjoying them, which is what it's all about, isn't it? You know. And I hope you're enjoying your models too. I hope you're having a good time. Let me know what you've got done. Check me out on Twitter. There's a link on my homepage. You can check out my Twitter, my Patreon. There's even a link to PayPal if you just want to make a one-off payment. Yeah, good commercial there. Who doesn't like money, right? Anyway, that's it. My head is hurting a bit now, so I'm going to call it a day here. Thanks for joining me. Remember, all brushes lead to war. And bye for now. Look at that, it's perspective. Bye.